Always remember.
Hello there, General Kenobi, and say it back. This is episode 60 of Determined Focus. Yeah, this is episode 60. I apologize. We were a little bit late today. It took us a little bit extra time determining our focus right before stream. We've had a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the world of Star Wars. Focus leader, joined by none other than Focus One, Grayson. Grayson, we've had a pretty busy couple weeks.
We have had an incredibly busy month, both with Determined Focus and just personal lives. But it's been a blast. What are you about to pull up right now?
Hannah, Noah, and Lainey are all about to get banned. I'm gonna look. We're a minute and 54 seconds into this. We're about to get banned. So, Banhammer's hot, folks. Call me Thor, because I have the Mjolnir of Banhammers right now. So let's all be a little nicer, please.
He's the son of Bandon.
Yep.
Thank you. Also, I'm going to bring this up because I wish I could send this money back. Gabby, Focus 10, Focus
Dude,
Bozo. Why? I don't know. Proud of you guys, everything you've accomplished already. It's only up from here. Focus X or X. There's like an emoji, I think. Gabby, you are very kind. Thank you for being so supportive. I'm glad that you are also at a lot of these things that we are at. It makes it a lot more fun to reminisce that when I've known Gabby for a little bit. I don't remember where I first saw Gabby's stuff, but I was just like, oh, I was like, she seems cool. And then I had like a bunch of, she was like kind of just doing Star Wars stuff. So I sent her like a Star Wars package. Just because I have way too much stuff and I like sending my friends things. Anyway, she like very quickly got plugged into like the Determined Focus stuff. And then we were at the mall premiere at Lucasfilm like a few days before the show came out and we got to see the first episodes. And I like turn and I'm like, Gabby is just here. And I was like, what? I was like, she like, I heard nothing about her being there or anything, but she works super hard too. She does like just some of the best, most consistent content. She's working on a Marta Rowe cosplay, which is like kind of an insane deal. Like, because that's like in the grand scheme of like Star Wars, like a niche cosplay, but she does like awesome makeup stuff. She did the makeup for our friend Layla at the Mando premiere.
Correct.
Which I thought was so cool. Yeah, but seriously, Gabby, don't ever do this again. Don't ever send us money again.
Please do not.
You're ridiculous. But thank you. And thank you for everybody else being here. I'm going to go through the chat real quick. Actually, before I go through the chat real quick, I just want to acknowledge this just because it's on my chest. I want to kind of get it off my chest or just talk about it. We've already both made posts about it today, and so many other people have. But we lost Tom Kane today. If people don't know, Tom Kane played, I would say most famously, Yoda in all of the animated content, as well as Yularen and the Clone Wars announcer for the movie and the entirety of the show. And he's played some other Star Wars characters. He played Glebo in Shadows of the Empire, Dash Rendar's faithful droid companion, and he played Osric Stern in The Force Unleashed, and he's the monorail and the buses at Disney World, and he's done a ton of stuff. If you're a fan of Powerpuff Girls, and if you're a fan of cartoons, there's something that you have witnessed that he has done, but he obviously had a huge influence on Star Wars, doing the opening of every single one of those Clone Wars episodes. And I mean, he is like, other than Frank Oz, he was Yoda in everything.
Right.
Like he is, James Arnold Taylor is like that to Ewan McGregor and Matt Lanter to Hayden Christensen. He voiced Yoda, I think, more than Frank Oz has.
I would assume, yeah, just from all the Clone Wars and Rebels and everything,
Yeah.
Video games. I mean, he was Yoda in Gendy's stuff too.
Mm-hmm. So like early stuff. So, luminous beings are we, not this crude matter, but he is one with the Force, and I will very deeply miss him. He had some health complications some years ago, and then it was announced today that he passed away. So, just wanted to mention that because He is an absolute legend in the Star Wars community, and a lot of this, I mean, a lot of the stuff and the contributions that he made, Star Wars wouldn't be the same without him. So,
you know what I didn't know that he did? I mean, the other one, I think the other big one that's not Star Wars related is the professor from Powerpuff Girls.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, I would assume that that's the first time I ever heard his voice in something because I was a Cartoon Network kid. So probably that. But did you know that he was in the Arkham Asylum Game of the Year edition? He was Jim Gordon.
He's Gordon in Asylum and City.
Yeah.
Before he was replaced, John, they got like a different cast for Arkham Knight, but yeah, he plays Gordon, and you can hear it immediately. It's awesome.
It's so good.
I was looking at his other stuff. Gosh, I'm blanking, but yeah, he's done a lot of really cool stuff. I think he played some other tertiary characters in Star Wars Connect, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's in a lot of the Lego games as well. I think he's Qui-Gon in a lot of the Lego games, which is a big deal for us on this podcast. But
yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah,
dude,
I just wanted to mention
I'm looking at his IMDb right now. He was Lord Monkey Fist in Kim Possible.
That's crazy.
He was C-3PO in Robot Chicken Star Wars, which is crazy.
That's fun.
He was Ultimos, Donovan Grandsmith, and Artiguana in Ben 10.
I was about to say he's had to have been in Ben 10.
Yeah. And he's been in a bunch of Marvel stuff too. Like I know he was in I think on Marvel vs. Capcom, he was Magneto. And then in Ultimate Alliance, I'm pretty sure he's Xavier.
That's cool. That's a good voice for that. I think I heard somebody say he played Ultron in something. You know what he does? In the Young Avengers movie or whatever it is, or like the Children of the Avengers. It was that animated movie they did where like the Avengers.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Did the opening story thing and I think he plays a character in there if I'm not mistaken. But he did the opening story of like what happened to the Avengers before their kids and everything. Which is really cool.
Dude, he was Darwin on Wild Thornberries.
That's crazy.
That's the kid that goes right.
Is that Darwin? That kid?
Is that Darwin? Am I crazy? Or is Darwin the monkey?
I don't know.
Darwin's probably for the bit. Darwin's probably the monkey, if I remember correctly.
I have. You want to look it up? Darwin.
I think he's the monkey because that would make most sense because it's a Charles Darwin joke.
Yeah, he's a monkey.
Dude, no way he was. So like Powerpuff Girls and dude, Flea was the drummer Flea was Donnie. But that's the but dude, that's crazy, man. Connor made a good point on what he put on his story today. Connor at Beyond the Dune Sea. He said Tom Kane's voice will echo through our homes for a very long time. And I mean, that's just I feel the exact same way.
Yeah. I mean, he's in that circle of like all the people that when we talk about this all of the animated stuff, it's him and David W. Collins and D. Bradley Baker, and so it's a big loss. But it
makes me want to get the Gendy Yoda tattoo more because I've wanted to get that for a really long time. But
you gotta, bro.
You know, that's that's first on my list.
For Tom Kane and for the Hasbro packaging, you'll become a collector's item.
I'll put the Hasbro.com H in the Imperial.
That's insane with like the window behind it. That's awesome. Anyway, but let's catch up with the chat, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the Mandalorian premiere. And some of our initial thoughts. We can't do an official review.
Yes.
Shout out to Escape Pod and Star Wars Explained because I didn't know when an embargo dropped for any of this stuff. So I was like, we were watching
we
through,
weren't
and
really
I'm like,
told either.
Yeah, we didn't sign an NDA or anything, but we're gonna give initial thoughts and impressions, but really talk mostly about the experience, and then we're gonna drop on socials a review tomorrow. But for now, let's get into the chat. We've got Cameroni here asking, where is William of the Force? That's Squilliam of the Force. I'm going to start calling you that now. I wonder if Tom Kane had to have been in SpongeBob, right?
Probably.
I'd imagine. We got
Didn't we just talk about who did the voice of Squilliam too?
It was it not D. Bradley Baker?
I think
that's what we were talking about. Yeah. Insight can't stand around, but I just want to say congrats on everything. Thank you, Insight. We appreciate you. Hope you enjoy the replay. Sonny, focus number 9. Probably the most supportive person of all time. Thanks for being here, Sonny. We got Matthew Green. He's peeping in. Thanks for flying with us. We have. I'm not going to talk about Hannah. We've already brought her up.
Hi, Hannah. We love you.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. We love you. We got Wes, Focus 12, standing by. Good evening. Hey, what's going on, man? We got I Am Rolling, Focus 19. Thanks for being here, buddy. We appreciate you. Focus 3, Cole, sending some love. We appreciate you, dude. Hopefully you're still in the live and not dipping out. And then we got Noah got a loss on their way back from Navarro. Yes.
We were on Sakari.
Shikari.
That's what I said.
Oh, I think you said Sakari, and I was about to say my mind went.
We were watching the movie Sicario.
Yeah. It was with DJ, bro. He's in that movie.
Yeah, we were watching Sicario.
That's crazy. Macman, Focus 4, standing by. Want to say rest in peace to Tom Kane, and congrats on the Mando premiere. Thank you, dude. Yeah, more of our thoughts tomorrow, like we said. Gabby also said her Focus hoodie comes in the day I'm watching.
Dude, she ordered it yesterday. Let's go.
That's sick. If you are at the theater, take a picture, post it. We'll share it, obviously. Let's see. Oh, AJ, what's up? I ran into him. He's one of my Saber bros, but he was at the mall finale, which was cool.
Yeah, we got to. I think we talked to him on the way walking out while everybody was like, "Excuse me, you need to leave. Excuse me, you need to leave."
Wait, the first thing I saw of Grayson was the hunt for Ben Solo. Oh, speaking of, when we were at the premiere, there was a bus doing laps, like 2 buses doing laps, showing like had like a poster of Ben Solo on the back, and it said "Save Ben Solo," and we were like, "What?" It was crazy. So shout out those guys. At this point, I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I love that the fight is not dying. I was like, I wanted to post it, but we were like in a huge
we
chaos.
Are the spark that lights the flame, that lights the fire, that puts gasoline on the fire, that lights the match, that shoots the cannonball, that hits the ship, that sails to getting Ben Solo, the hunt for Ben Solo made. That's what Poe says, right?
Yeah, that's the if they ever do a Family Guy special, that's gonna be the bit. Like they're gonna be like, it'll be like a 30 second long of like with a light of fluid.
Favorite thing, dude.
That's awesome. We
got the
Chris.
gas grill that lights the coals, that lights the flame, that lights the mat, that lights the.
That'd be so.
That shoots the flare gun.
That is so funny. Oh, they're gonna do like in Last Jedi. It's like the command, or like, you know, what is it? General hugs. Yeah, it's just gonna be like quiet for a minute straight or something like that. Yep. It's something dumb.
And I thought they smelled bad.
Oh yeah.
We can keep going. What's up, Nerd Squadron? Hey, Chris. Appreciate you.
Keep going. Gabby said her cosplay is so
on
niche.
the outside.
There you go. Noah said he's gonna get Gabby to do his makeup every day at Celebration. That's funny.
Make him look like the Thing every day.
That'd be just at a Star Wars convention
with prosthetic Jack Kirby eyebrows that just look like a big rock.
That's insane. Marshall peeped in. He said about to head to sleep, but this was also 11 minutes ago. But thanks for being here, dude. Hopefully you can watch the replay or something. You don't have to
sleep tight, buddy.
Let's see here. Oh, Emily peeping in, Peak Podcast. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate you. Emily's the best.
Let's see. Ryan, yes, he does voice Lebo. It's he's an OG, dude. I think that was his like first Star Wars thing, if I'm not mistaken. I if I'm not mistaken. And yes, he was Professor Uranium. Holland Marauders are saying also 4 hours to Lego Batman, but Will doesn't have a way to play it. He found this out this past week. I'm sorry.
And I'm probably not buying a console just for this game. So,
yeah.
We'll see. I'll wait for it to come out on Switch or something.
I'm surprised it's not. It's like not that crazy. I've been seeing reviews for the game that it's not necessarily a Lego Batman game, but more so a Batman Lego game, if that makes sense.
Which could not make me more excited for it.
Really?
Star Wars, so Lego Star Wars, I need the mumble mode. I need the classic. But for Batman, just give me Batman being Batman, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, the Lego stuff is the avenue for like suits and building and stuff like that. I'm okay with it. But like for Star Wars, I just want Lego Star Wars, dude. There's like I don't want my Lego Batman to be Lego Star Wars. I want my Lego Batman to be Lego Batman and my Lego Star Wars to be Lego Star Wars, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's see. I'm scrolling down. Sonny wants you to show your Rada for the family. Your little Stinky the Hut.
There he is.
Dude, he's so cute.
Dude, he's like, it's completely 3D printed. So like, it's very light.
Is it hollow? You want to tell, do you want to keep that there while we, before I finish up with or pretty much at the end of the chat. But hey, keep that there when we talk about the story about that and how it didn't make it to the premiere.
This was supposed to go to the premiere with me, but he didn't. Bozo.
Lame. Yeah, well, I guess we should, you want to talk about the premiere now? We saw the Mandalorian and Grogu.
What if I gave the entire conversation just like this, like it's Rada?
This is completely a joke, by the way. I hate AI. You could use AI to like rotoscope just use one of those Snapchat filters where you can like put your mouth somewhere and just put it over Rada, and you
put your
can
mouth
just
somewhere. How about that? Tell me what to do. Noah, what?
What does Noah have to do with any of this?
What? Hey, I got Zeb toes.
Oh my god, dude! I remember Okay, this is not like I can definitely say this. Somewhat just because it was a shot in the trailer. There was someone behind us that started laughing the first shot that you could see Zeb's toes, and they went, "They're so small."
Did you see the Zeb toes that were there wearing the bow tie?
What?
Just like how I planned to bring Rada, somebody brought 3D printed from the ankle down just one of Zeb's feet, and it had a bow tie on it. And somebody gave it to Iman Esfandi, Mr. Ezra. Don't know him on a first name basis, but Iman Esfandi, and they have a picture, and he's just holding Zeb's toes, and it had a bow tie around the ankle. That's insane. That's awesome.
I have not even. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
That's insane.
So yeah.
But yeah, you ordered that and you were gonna have it for the premiere. And
yeah, and then look, in rain, sleet, snow, or whatever, USPS lost the package for the 24 hours that I needed it to be in my possession. Got to California, and then within like 5 hours of being in California, I got an update. Hey, your package has been delivered. In Colorado.
We were sitting on the couch getting ready to go to the premiere.
Yep. Because my plan was to bring this and like maybe like I don't know, Lion King.
We were gonna
Jon
like
Favreau.
Yeah, we were gonna like pose it and like we were gonna have that.
It was gonna be fun, but I'm happy to have it regardless. It's really cool, and I'll always have this weird little Rada with me now.
It's pretty fun for the 2 seconds that it's in the movie.
Grayson, we do have a notification to bring up.
Oh, we got a new member. AJ, you do not need to do that. I don't know at what number you are. We've kind of lost track of that. You're somewhere in like the 20 range, I think.
He's Focus AJ at this point.
Yeah, there you go.
Focus AJ.
What are the Roman numerals for Roman numerals? Well, let's see. What is...
A would be 1.
So it would be 1, and then what is J? How many letters in the alphabet is J?
9? Right? Grayson's going to do the alphabet real quick.
10. Okay. So he can't, but he's, so he can't be focus 11. So you're focus 110.
Yeah, you're 110.
Everyone is like, I think it's 10. I think it's 10. But seriously, thank you for doing that, man. That's very kind of you. Thanks for flying with us. So, the Mandalorian premiere. We were invited by Star Wars. Somehow, some way, these two idiots right here that you're watching got reached out to by Star Wars, and we got to go to the Mandalorian and Grogu premiere.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
The event was, it was just an insane event. I think, truthfully, we've done a lot. We've done what? 3 of these events like this, and then like I was also at Star Wars Night. So between the 2 of us, we were able to do 4 of these events over the last couple of weeks. And the best part about going to these events is seeing everybody who we are either friends with that we know and have met in person, or people who we are friends with primarily online, because we don't get to see everybody all the time. Yeah. But see those people as well, or meet them in person for the first time. And truthfully, the best part of any of these events, and the best part about the premiere, was going around and look, I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't feel comfortable at that premiere because we do a podcast, right? And there's 58 people watching right now. But our podcast is like nothing crazy. And we talk about Star Wars, we yap about Star Wars online, but like to be able to go into an event where Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, Pedro Pascal, Sigourney Weaver, all of these incredible people who worked on the movie, who have worked on the shows, who have been in Star Wars.
The amount of actors that were there that like weren't even in the movie but have been part of the series. People like Katie Sackhoff and Ming-Na Wen and Emily Swallow,
Vanessa Marshall. Like
absolutely.
we saw Omid Abtahi, who's Dr. Pershing in The Mandalorian.
Steve Blum, of course, was there.
Steve Blum was there. And then other people, too, like Adam Savage was there, which was insane. Paul Lee was there as well. Like, I mean, there's a lot of
Pablo Hidalgo. We got to meet Pablo Hidalgo.
Robert Rodriguez was there. Like, and obviously these are a lot of names, but like, you see that and you know you're going into an event like that, and it's on Hollywood Boulevard, or it's in Hollywood, and it's right by the Chinese Theater. Like
we're literally at the Chinese Theater.
Like the event wasn't at the front steps of the Chinese Theater. And like I said, honestly, walking in, I was nervous because I felt out of place. Yep. Just like we are not big wigs when it comes to this stuff. We just like to talk about Star Wars. And what made me comfortable and what made me even more excited was to experience this with so many of our friends that we have made through Star Wars at the same time, and be able to bump into other people and, there's so-and-so, but wait, there's blah, blah, blah. And we were able to like have these great experiences with other people. Some people we were able to meet in person. I know that we we didn't get to talk to before. Sky Talkers were there. They were great. Our buddy Brandon from Talking Bay 94, he's always awesome. Dude. He's been on the show, but like we were able to talk to him, and we were in and out after, and we were able to talk to him for a little bit. And Alex and Molly from Star Wars Explained, who we've both been fans of for a really long time. Grayson notoriously has a photo with Alex, and I'm gonna
one day
bring it up.
If I get a selfie with him at Rebel ScumCon, I'll recreate it. I'm gonna show it and be like, "Hey, can we recreate this?" And I'll post it. But I got to talk. We got to talk to them, and which was a lot of fun. And then I got to tell them like
they're the best.
Yeah.
So
it was just. I'm trying to think. Other people. One other person I want to mention that was there, and we really wanted to talk to him, but like they were kind of ushering us into the theater when it happened. But Manny Jacinto, my goat,
Manny was there.
He was there, which was awesome. Tons of people like that you could think of that were there. So like, I'm gonna try to like, and I have some similar thoughts. I'm gonna try to like go through the course of the events of kind of what happened. You posted a really cool video about like what we got to do and everything. So like we got there to the premiere, or we got there to the will call, and immediately we're running into people that we know. We saw Alex and Molly like walk past, and we're getting in line. We ran into our buddy Bryant. Bryant Collects, who will probably be here in the chat at some point, I imagine, who gets to work on a lot of this cool stuff.
He's really cool.
You were able to we were able to chat with him and talk about that stuff, and then we got in line, and immediately we ran into one of our friends. Now one of our friends, Sammy J. Sammy J Reacts, we're big fans of. He's the nice dude. We're sitting there talking about Spider-Man 3, also with Alex from the Escape Pod Hat Guy, and then also Lightspeed Skipping or J Tim Suggs, Jacob from Just Crate. He was there, and we were talking.
We're collecting the members of Just Crate podcast like Infinity Stones at this point.
Yeah,
we're 3 out of 4.
Who's the 4th?
We're missing. We're missing. Who do we have so far? We have Hannah.
It's Hannah, Logan, and is Jacob. Is there a 4th person in Just Crate?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All the stuff that I'd ever seen from them, it's just Logan, Jacob, and Hannah.
They rotate their hosts, but Hunter's also on.
Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter's also on.
Hunter, what's their username?
On Twitter, it's like Hunter Lorian or something.
I don't think I've ever met them or interacted with them.
Well, when we have all 4 members of Just Crate on, Hunter will be on. When I got to be on Just Crate, it was all 4 of them. So yeah, it was all. I
4. Didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
That's not me like
Dude,
being like I don't.
His profile picture, like the picture that he always uses, is like him dressed as like Captain Rex. He's like, it's like him with his helmet off.
I'll after this, I'm gonna fix this. That's my bad.
Yeah, Hunter, we're 3 out of 4.
That's my bad.
We're 3 out of 4 for Just Crate.
And Jacob is also from my state, which is pretty cool. So
Jacob's
we
really
get that.
Nice.
We and so me, him, and Hannah were meeting up like next month, which will be fun. So then we're sitting there in line, and then we see our buddy Nick, codename Fulcrum, and he hops in line, and we saw Gabe from Gabe's Empire, and all of these other people. And then I got to meet Mike Hondo Supply from Talking or not Talking Thank the Maker, and finally meet him in person. He's the best, and the Roosevelt's crew, which I mean, literally right now, Roosevelt's we were both repping Roosevelt's on the red carpet. You had the jacket; they were all wearing the same jacket. You guys did that like Spider-Man pose, and I was wearing. It's in the wash right now, but I got that Beskar button down underneath my jacket, which was really cool. And so the Roosevelt people, they had discount codes, by the way, in the thing. I already used my discount code on that sweet Andor jacket. So I've been wanting that for a while, so I'm pumped. So yeah, we're all hanging out in line, and Hondo Supply was able to come up, and he did a little like voice memo for the podcast, which was fun. And so me and Nick were talking about like who we think is going to show up in the movie and stuff like that. And so then the doors start to open, and we start to funnel in. And and speaking of Bryant, dude, what are you doing?
Hey, buddy,
I don't know.
We love
what
you.
is what is this? What does this say?
What?
Do you have
can you not see the emojis?
No. I think it's because you're. Oh, it's a heart. Okay, I think it's because you're on a Mac and I'm not.
Really? What does it look like for you? It's just a square with a question mark.
It's 2 empty squares.
Oh well, it's this emoji.
No. We love you back.
Appreciate
it was good chat with you, dude. So then we go through security, and they have like a very substantial section of Hollywood Boulevard blocked off.
Right.
Like probably a good quarter mile, if not maybe a third of a mile.
Yeah.
And so we're going through, we get our badges, and as I'm getting my badge, I see Sasha Banks, who plays Casca Reeve. Noah, you know who that is. Sasha Banks. I was like this far from Sasha Banks. It was crazy.
Layla was in line with us too the whole time.
Layla was in line, and then Luke and Leia. And Luke's mom, who he got to bring, which was very cool. That was awesome. There he is, Sasha. Anyway, so they were already there, so we met up with them later on. Or maybe they got there late. I think they got there late. Wrong account. That's fine. And so
we know that wasn't Laney.
Yeah. And so we got our badges and we go through, and then we're in this pavilion, and there's a lot of Mandalorians out there, like 50 or not 50, people that are in the Mandalorian mercs that are all
full kitted out.
Yeah, there's a ATRT snowtrooper out there, and we're getting funneled through, and then we go to these doors, and they're like, "Oh yeah, come on in," and then they open these doors, and we're just fully on Shikari.
Yep.
We walk in, and there's speeders, and there's noodle shops, and there's Haribo gummies, and all kinds of stuff.
They had the in-universe Coke and Pepsis that they have at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, the Bobble Cokes and Diet Coke and Sprite.
Yeah.
We were on the right side, so I think it was where most of the Will Call fans are going through, and then on the left side they were filming, but people like Steve Blum and Sasha Banks and Diana Liana Santo and all those people were going through, and they were looking at all of this stuff, and we got to see the stand. That, by the way, here's a little lore piece for you. This is all public information. The Ardenian that Martin Scorsese plays, his name is Hugo Durant. He is a direct descendant or relative of Jon Favreau's Rio Durant from Solo.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway,
how long do they live?
Ardenians?
I know what's his name died in Solo, but he wouldn't be one of his kids, would he?
I mean, Solo is 10 years before A New Hope, and this is 16 years later, so maybe it's his brother.
Yeah, maybe an old brother or something.
Yeah. Or a cousin. Maybe. Yeah. But they're definitely, I mean, I don't know how the Ardenian naming scheme goes, but I saw that online somewhere, and I was like, that's cool. So anyway, we got to see the little stand of his, everything. We're walking through, and we're like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then we step outside, and then we're at the red carpet. Yep. And we have to funnel around the back, but people, again, friends of ours, Star Wars Explained and Vader's Order, and all of them are getting their nice red carpet shots.
Their Getty Images pictures and stuff, which is so cool. Yeah.
It's super fun. And then we step out, and then we're kind of at the pavilion. We're at the main square at this point. And I'm sure you've seen it with a lot of people. There was the Ardenian, or not Ardenian, the Anzellan ship was there with the 4 Anzellans in the middle. And then a bunch of little stands. Burger King had one, Roosevelt's had one.
That's where I got my Zeb.
Yes, at the Burger King stand. Yeah, you got the Zeb. And then closer to the theater, they had Grogu was sitting on the branch.
Yeah.
Which we did not get a picture with because the line was really long, and we were just
crazy. And we were also we were mingling and talking to so many people.
Yeah, we were socializing a lot.
Yeah, we were trying to say hi to everybody, and you only have so much time, and waiting in line to, I don't know. There was a lot of stuff going on. The BDX droids were there. That was cool.
Yes, the BDX droids with bow ties. They had little bow ties on.
That was really cool.
Lego ATRT with Grogu on it.
Yep, that you could go take a picture with. That was cool.
You could get on it. So there was all of that stuff going on out there. And then, like we said, we're running into people like Adam Savage, and after we got out of the movie, I saw John Watts. Did I tell you that?
We were standing next to each other.
Yeah, we were John Watts.
By.
I regret not going up and being like, "Hey," no, I wasn't even gonna get a picture. I just wanted to be like, "Dude, Spider-Man No Way Home changed my life. Thank you." And also, Skeleton Crew, goated.
Speaking of Skeleton Crew, Ravi was there as well.
Yes.
Miss Wim himself. That was really cool.
It was really cool. So we had people from other projects, obviously, were there. And yeah, so we ran into all these people that we're like friends with. Oh, want to give a big shout out to Michael Rexing Around, the nicest dude in the world. Like we've always said this, we've had him on the show before. We were hanging out with him for a little bit. He made that really cool video the other day of the Mando premiere. I'm sure you saw it, right? The one that we're in. We're like, yeah, it was just really funny. And so he's the nicest. Like he's super supportive. So we got to hang out with him for a little bit, and then eventually we got ushered into the theater, and you would have been lying to him. You would have been lying to yourself.
Yeah.
And so eventually we got kind of ushered into the theater when we one really good interaction that I'm sure you want to talk about. As soon as we got into the theater, we saw a personal hero of ours, Ash Crossan from Screen Rant.
Dude. And she does so much stuff, but you probably know her as like hosting panels and doing incredible interviews and stuff like that. She is like the GOAT when it comes to this kind of stuff that like Grayson and I don't get to do a lot of interviews, but when we do, it's like, that's somebody who I keep in the back of my mind of like, if you had to model yourself after somebody who's already doing it, she's absolutely on the list.
There's like, a few people that are out there like
Mount Rushmore for us.
She's been doing it for a while. I mean, she's been doing like she is the Star Wars gal when it comes to that stuff, and so like she did a lot of those Maul Shadowlord interviews at Celebration,
dude.
Which was really cool. She does I think she did Andor, like she does it all. Like she's a big Star Wars fan, and so we ran into her and we were like, "Hey, we're such big fans. Like you're such a big gold standard for us," and she was so sweet.
Yeah, it was like
she was so nice about it. We should have got a picture, but unfortunately we didn't. And then we got our popcorn and our drinks, and then we go into the Chinese theater, the IMAX TCL Chinese theater, with like, how many people do you think was in this theater? How much does that theater hold?
I don't know. I can look it up.
I was about to say, I'd say somewhere between 800 and 1,000. Is that too much? Minimum 600 people were in there. I mean, this was a packed house.
How many people fit in the Chinese government?
Yeah, we were in the Chinese government.
932 seats.
Okay, so my range was, so it was safe to say that about 900 people were in that theater.
Oh no, it was packed.
Yeah, like it was filled,
and there were still people going to see it at El Capitan that was like right next door.
Yeah, so it was split into. I think we were the main theater. I think
I would assume because that's where like Jon Favreau came out, and like Pedro was in our theater, and Ming-Na Wen and Katie Sackhoff, they were in our theater.
That's true. I guess the only thing is I thought John went to both, because I think the one at the El Capitan started earlier than the one that we went to.
I would assume.
Yeah. But that was a lot of like the Mando Mercs people were over there, like a lot more people that like were kind of, I guess.
I don't know how they split between. I know that I was excited to go to the Chinese theater because that was the IMAX theater, and seeing it in IMAX for the first time was exactly how I wanted it, just because of like, that's how the movie was made to be able to be seen. However, it is cool at El Capitan, like that theater having like the piano that plays Star Wars music before, and like the big red curtain. Like I've never been in that theater, but all of these historic places, I would love to see a movie in all of them.
Yeah. I want to preface by saying though, and this is bleeding into initial thoughts, more so because of the experience. The seats that we were in the IMAX theater,
buns.
It was very unfortunate.
I'll just say, if I'm buying seats for a movie beforehand and I see these are the only seats, I'm probably getting a different showtime.
yeah, that's exactly. I'm a very much like, I want to be like high up, like either smack dab in the middle of the theater or like 3/4 of the way back in the middle.
Just as long as I'm a little bit closer to the middle.
Yeah.
we were in the bottom, we were almost in the first row of the bottom right. And truthfully, we were both watching the movie like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Which
like
it was great. It was awesome. But like, when we get into our initial reactions, I will preface by saying I need to see the movie again.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I actually saw 100% of this movie.
There were certain fights where I was like, I am so close to the screen at like a 45-degree angle where I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now. And that is not the fault of the movie. That is just that it's a packed theater and there's only so many seats. And we're the two bozos on the internet who speak, and they were like, yeah, put these guys here.
I was just happy to be there. I'm not saying that we needed better seats at all or that we needed to be sitting next to Jon Favreau. I'm not requesting anything. Put me in the room. I'll sit in the floor in the front, honestly.
We were like 20 feet from Jon Favreau, though. Like, we were like, he was like right there.
It was really cool.
Yeah. And we got to sit next to a couple other friends, but Patience Stardust. Mm-hmm. I followed her for years.
Marley and Nick were like right behind us. Tristan and his wife from Vader's Order were right over there. Yeah. We were all like creator wise. We were kind of all around that same section.
Yeah. Luke and his mom were like maybe like 10 seats down and one row back. So like,
they were the row right behind us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So everybody was like, I think generally close together. There
are obviously people who are more deserving and more important to put in better seats in the theater than the two of us.
That's why I'm like, I was just happy to be there, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
it was fun.
So before I get into my thoughts of the movie, I want to circle back to some of the stuff that you said of like, been pondering this whole experience and everything. And I said this in my image post, but for the past, I don't even know how many years, my biggest dream, I'll say this, at the very least, since I have started doing content, my dream was always to get invited to a Star Wars premiere.
Right.
I didn't think that meant a movie premiere. I just meant any premiere. Because I started content, was right around Ahsoka. And so when that happened, I was like, okay, I'm going to try my hardest to get invited to the Ahsoka season 2 premiere. Now, at the time, of course, the strike was going on and everything, but I was loving that show so much, and it was reinvigorating so much of my love for Star Wars that I was like, I want to work hard. I've been in this community for so long now. I want to do this. Like, this is my dream, and I want it to feel earned and everything. So when we got the DM, this entire past month, but when we got the DM that we're going to the red carpet world premiere, much like you said, I was like, how am I even here right now? Because I'm going to be a little vulnerable. I have very bad imposter syndrome. I could be the hardest working person in the room. Every person could tell me that, and I still won't believe you. So the thing is just like, so people have been incredibly nice in the comments and be like, hey, you guys deserve this, and everything. I still don't believe you, but it means a lot. Yeah. And I'm very thankful that I got to go. It genuinely was a dream come true. And if I never get to go to anything ever again, that's fine. Like that, because I'm like that. I just wanted to be there. I wanted to be there with all of our friends, and I wanted to be there celebrating Star Wars. And the fact that we got to go not just to a Star Wars premiere, but to the debut of Star Wars back in theaters for a new generation of fans was truly so incredible.
At the Chinese theater, almost within the same month of the anniversary of Star Wars premiering in 1977, at that same theater in the
49 years ago.
Yep.
Like within a few days before, we would have been when A New Hope was premiering. Yep. So I just want to say, thank you to everyone who supports us. Everyone here in this chat and beyond is so incredibly kind. I want to thank everybody that's in this community. That's the reason we do this, is because we always say of this is not our jobs. We come back home, we scramble to find flights, and we do whatever we can to make it to these events because we effing love Star Wars. And that's why we do it. And I think with the community there's a lot of creators and a lot of fans of Star Wars, and to be recognized,
a lot of people who have been working working extremely hard to do what they do in their own niche, and a lot of people who have been doing this way longer than we have. I mean, Grayson and I have been doing content for a bit. We've had this podcast for a little over a year, and like I like Grayson said, I'm like I've been thinking a lot about like what it means to be deserving of something like this, and I don't think I'm going to feel like, look, you see people go to stuff like this and you're like, oh, I wish I was there. But like when you're in that spot, you're also like, you got to think of like, I'm constantly thinking of like who else I would rather be there enjoying it with. You know what I mean? Or who else should be on the list, or who else, if I had to pick who could be there, or like, I mean, Luke brought his mom. Like, there are people in our lives that like we've been experiencing Star Wars and big moments with our entire lives with, and like, I'm extremely happy we got to experience it with so many of our friends in that moment for the less than 48 hours that we were in California for do that. So it was very cool.
All of these things have been so surreal. It makes me want to work harder. It makes me want to make this the best show that we can every week. And that can be hard with the time that we have available in both of our things. Like, I mean, again, we've got stuff going on in our lives beyond this.
Grayson and I do not do this full time.
No,
but like there's a lot of hours put into it. So
yeah, and that is because we love it, and we love the community, and we love all of our friendships, and our friendships with one another. So I'll finish my thoughts by just saying thank you. Determined Focus is going to become even better. Like that, we're always growing. We're always going to keep making it the best thing we can be, and you guys are the best. So thank you for all of the kind words. Now, we cannot do a review. This is not a review.
This is not a review. This is not a review of The Mandalorian and Grogu. This is not a review. This is not a review. This is not a review.
We have thoughts. We have initial impressions. We're going to share those very briefly. A full review will be out on our socials tomorrow. And we will probably talk about it a good bit more next week. So after the weekend, after everybody has seen it. But yes, the embargo lifts tomorrow. We haven't signed anything.
This will also be incredibly spoiler free as well. We're not giving any spoilers about the movie. We're not alluding to anything. This is going to be a very surface level reaction, first initial thoughts of the film from two guys who were there and have already seen it. A lot of people are seeing it in a couple days on Thursday. I know a lot of people who are watching it right now. A lot of people watched it yesterday.
See it a little early, yeah.
So, and regardless, we're not going to spoil anything. We are just going to talk about our thoughts from a pretty base level before you guys see it, because we were there, and we want to tell you what we think, at least from our experience.
Yeah.
So
that being said, if you don't want to know anything, like not even like the simplest thoughts, the most bare bone, feel free to step away for like 5 minutes max, and then we're going to move on to the next thing.
Yeah, this isn't going to be long.
Can I start very quickly?
Go for it. Yeah.
The Mandalorian and Grogu is very much a movie for the next generation of fans.
Yep.
It is very evident that it is a contained story, that it is something for everybody to enjoy, not just diehard Star Wars fans. This is to take your child or your brother or your friend who's never seen Star Wars before and just have a good time.
Yep.
And I think it does that really well. And I think that I think that, like, and if you're going in with those expectations, I think you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's really the thoughts that I have. I don't want to go much deeper than that. That's how I feel. And I think that's pretty much the summary that most people have been saying, and I agree with that.
Yeah, we talked to Brandon from Talking Bay 94 afterwards at In-N-Out. And look, once again, I will say, based on where we were sitting in the theater, I need to see this movie again. And also, when it comes to Star Wars, I always like to watch it more than once, regardless. Yep. I'm somebody who needs a few watches to be able to sit on something and end up getting my thoughts from it. So what Brandon had said, and he tweeted this out as well, he referenced the first 20 minutes of Return of the Jedi spread into a feature-length film. And that's not based on the content of what happens in Return of the Jedi. That is the vibe and charisma that the first 20 minutes of Return of the Jedi, which is my favorite Star Wars movie, has. And I fully agree with that.
And that's my favorite part of Return of the Jedi, other than the ending.
The bookends of the beginning of Return of the Jedi and the end of Return of the Jedi are what I love about that movie. I love that entire movie, but that's what I love about that movie. I would say this movie is, and so many people are saying it, is a ton of fun. It really is, and it's a look. When this movie was initially being talked about at Star Wars Celebration by Jon Favreau, something he would bring up a lot is the Spielbergian an aspect of it, the Indiana Jones of it all. You know, it's hard to talk about Star Wars without comparing it to other Star Wars. A lot of the way Jon Favreau talked about this was the way George Lucas and Spielberg made Indiana Jones. And I do feel like a lot of that essence and that love for that franchise, as well as an adventure movie, is so much in this movie. I liked this movie, and I'm excited to watch it again. Yeah. To Grayson's point, this is a movie where, look, Star Wars is for everyone, and there are a lot of different versions of Star Wars the way Star Wars is now. Star Wars, like we like to say, and Sam Witwer likes to say, is a buffet at this point. There are so many different flavors of Star Wars that when you think of Star Wars, everybody kind of has a different thing in their mind. People think there are different projects in Star Wars, from the Ewok Adventures all the way to Andor. And those are two very different things. And if you want to, Young Jedi Adventures, maybe if you want to talk about canon, if that is the range of this, Mandalorian and Grogu, I think, speaks to as many people within that range and ages as possible, in terms of moviegoers who are watching the stuff on Disney Plus, who are in this chat or chats of other podcasts, who are listening to people talk about Star Wars nonstop, as well as kids who just want to go to the store and buy a Mando helmet or buy an action figure or buy a lightsaber and eat popcorn and candy and soda and have their parents take them to a movie on a Friday night on a weekend and go watch a movie. Mm-hmm. This is a very, like I said, it works for a lot of different audiences, and you can tell it works from a lot of different audiences. And I think upon watching the movie, it's exactly the way they marketed it.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I had to give one more likening of, like, I think, again, I don't want to to kind of set expectations for you to go into this movie. It is truly the opening of the first 20 minutes of Return of the Jedi mixed with, I think, Solo and and the Clone Wars 08 movie. You wrap all of that into a bow with the Mandalorian and the Grogu.
The Mando and the Grogu.
That when Matt Reeves comes out with his reboot of the Grogu, where
Matt Reeves the Grogu,
where Logan Lerman plays Grogu with green eye paint. But it's a lot like that. It is not Maul Shadow Lord. It is not Andor. It is very much its own kind of bubble of, like, this is Star Wars. You never watched Star Wars? Enjoy.
And it also feels
Star
like
Wars?
the show.
Enjoy.
It feels like the show too. Like, if you're a fan of the Mandalorian, the series, you're gonna like this movie.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And like, I think it's good to remember what the Mandalorian as a show is. And each episode, you're going in with a fun adventure with these characters. And sometimes it's bigger stakes, and sometimes it's lower stakes. And this is somewhere in the middle. And I think you knowing that, you're going to go in and you're going to be like, that was a kick-ass time. And I think that it is a movie that, like, if I had kids or, certain people, I'd be like, yeah, like, throw this on. I think it'll kind of give you a good litmus test of what Star Wars is like.
one of the best aspects of the character of the Mandalorian is that he feels like a gunslinging Western space cowboy. You are going to get so much of that in this movie.
Oh yeah.
There is so much of that. And to be honest, those moments were my favorite parts of this movie.
I agree.
And Stinky the Hutt, to talk about Stinky for a little bit. If you have any reservations about Rada the Hutt being in this movie, he's awesome. Jeremy Allen White does a phenomenal job with Stinky the Hutt.
It actually impressed me so much how much he stole the show.
There were so many times where I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I was shocked at how much I enjoyed a Hutt being in this movie as much as he was.
I think I can say that he's like the third main character of the movie.
I mean, they have in that first initial watch that's on Disney Plus. Are the credits in there? Do you know?
I don't know, but he's like one of the top billed.
Yeah, Zeb is great in the movie as well. We love seeing Zeb. He's awesome to watch the movie, and
he's great.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie to just go to the movies and watch.
Yep.
So
it's that summer blockbuster feel.
Alex and Molly made a great point in their review as well of like, it's not the sequels where you have 30 plus years of emotional weight and baggage for the continuation of a saga of an episode 7, 8, and 9. This is just the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yep.
This is their movie. It's a Star Wars movie that's contained within the world of Star Wars. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
I agree. Well said.
Yeah.
That's our initial thoughts. We're going to leave it there.
Our initial thoughts. Yeah.
We will give more of our opinions on what we specifically thought about the movie in our review and in next week's episode, when everybody has kind of seen it. But
this was before we started talking about it, but appreciate you, dude. You didn't have to super chat $10 to say that, but we really appreciate you. So yeah, I hope everybody's going to see it. I really hope everybody's going to see this movie. Star Wars is back in theaters. And as a movie nerd, I know Grayson is as well, to speak for both of us. Go see movies in theaters. Please, for the love of God, go see movies in theaters, because it is so, so important. So much of media is changing and so much of physical media is gone. And it's just so different now how we consume IPs and media. Go to a movie with a room full of people and experience this. It's the best way to experience this. Don't wait till it's on Disney Plus and watch it on your phone in the bathroom on break at work.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed. You're going to have a good time. You're going to have a great, and if you're watching it in IMAX, or if you can, go do that. That's like, there are moments where you're like, yeah, that's a sick use of IMAX right there. So
yeah. Also, I haven't done the video for it yet. It will be posted tomorrow. That video will be posted tomorrow. But I do have this from Burger King. Grayson and I went to Burger King, and the Mando and Grogu meal is out right now. This is a best card in this box. I will be doing a giveaway tomorrow, but I'm letting you guys know in advance to interact with it and get on the list for it, because I'm going to be giving away one of these with Burger King to one of you guys. And the way it works is this gets loaded into your Burger King app. From there, and I've tested it out a couple times, you get $15 off a over $15 purchase. So the Mando and Grogu meal without the bundle is like $23. The Mando and Grogu meal just without like the bundle is like $14.70, I believe. So if you get like that and a side, you're basically paying $1 for a full meal at Burger King if you have this loaded into your app, and you get this really cool card too. So giveaway goes tomorrow. This is like real metal. It looks like Beskar. It says "Have it the way" on it, and it also has the mud horn on the back. So sick. It's really cool. It's like thick metal, and also it comes in this really cool box. So I will be running that giveaway tomorrow. It's also like we talk about it a lot, but like movie marketing from like fast food places, it's such a part of like our childhood and so much of our love with Star Wars that like this is an exclusive thing for this movie that like it's a pretty cool collectible to have. 2026 Lucasfilm. It says Burger King on it. It's got the best car, Mudhorn on the back. So that'll be tomorrow.
Exciting.
Wish you luck.
I want a best card. Can I win? Can you just give it to me?
Can I win the best card?
We've been talking a lot about in-depth thoughts. How you feel about a little ranking and ferricking?
How do I feel about it?
I don't know.
Think ferric.
Welcome back to Rick Ferrick, everybody's favorite clip farm part of the Determined Focus podcast. Don't call me Uncle Owen because I'm not farming moisture. I am farming clips. This is one of the first times, actually, this is the first time Rank Ferrick is here. Obviously, Rank Ferrick is based on Dank Ferrick. You hear Bo-Katan and Mando say it in the intro or in the bumper for this.
He says,
and Mando has a movie this week.
He says it in the movie. He
says it in the movie.
It's true. Sorry, I have to bring this up. Jacob said green eye paint Logan Lerman is still killing. He calls me Greg. Just it's. Thank you. I'm a comedian.
I'm a comedian.
We got a request after we posted our clip of the Mount Rushmore of red lightsabers, or top 4, really,
right.
The hybridized there, to do yellow lightsabers. This is the Mount Rushmore, or top 4. Yeah. Oh no, dude. I was thinking about this the other day, guys. It might be bad timing, but the Cybertruck with the Determined Focus wrapping just arrived. I need.
Guys, if you haven't seen Jacob on social media in a while, he hasn't really showed his face because, much like Maul with his red and black tattoos, he actually got a QR code tattooed on his entire face, leading you to Determined Focus podcast. He did it all out of he paid a lot of money for it. We're not funding it at all. This is all out of his pocket. So if you'd like, go find Jacob on his social media and you can scan his face to bring you back to Determined Focus.
Can someone Photoshop his red carpet premiere picture with that? Thank you. Him just
Jacob is our head of marketing here at Determined Focus. So we appreciate it.
Head of marketing is crazy.
Yeah. He's the CMO, the chief marketing officer.
That's crazy, dude. Oh my god.
Hannah said, "I'm on it."
I knew she was gonna be. Oh my god. Stay tuned. It definitely happened. Shall we do the Mount Rushmore of yellow lightsabers?
I think we should.
I think there's 2 that have to go on here.
Okay. My first is Asajj Ventress.
That was one of my 2. Yes.
I would say the other one is Plo Koon in Jedi Battles.
Oh my god, dude! Come on, like, are you serious?
Come on, dude. Come on.
Let's table that one. All right. I've got two other
Plo
people.
Koon is a yellow lightsaber user. I don't care how cool he looks with a blue one. Come on,
I'll think about it.
Who was your other one? Bastilla?
It actually was not one of the top 2 I was talking about, but yes, Bastilla is. I don't know who Bastilla is, but
Bastilla.
Yeah, but Bastilla, like, she was kind of the OG yellow lightsaber user. Like, that kind of put it on the map when it came to like EU stuff, and she's kicking ass. You got to have her on there. Like,
yep.
And then I would say I think Bastilla walked with that, or ran so that Rey could take her first steps being a yellow lightsaber user. I don't care. Rey is on that list. Rey is so yellow to me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I do think Rey deserves to be on that list.
Like in Battlefront 2, I only play with her with the yellow saber. I know that she's used the blue more, but I think the same argument applies to Luke Skywalker, where just because he used the blue in 2 of the 3 movies, green is his thing. Like that, like you think of just like, oh, that's green.
Can I ask if temple guards should be on the list?
That was my 4th.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But I understand that they're not one character. So if it needs to be a specific character, I'm fine with axing them.
Yeah.
A lot of people right now, by the way, and Will, I need your opinion, are saying Luke in the comics.
Dude, he doesn't use it for very long, though.
And it's not really his thing.
Yeah. Wow, Yord's a great pull. Yord's a fun pull.
Does Torben have one too? Torben kind of has one too.
Yo, some Legends Ball. Isn't what's her name who fights Luke in the EU? She's got the original whips. Yeah, Lumia or whatever. Aren't her light whips yellow?
Does that count though? Does that count?
Yeah. No one is brave enough to say Yord.
Somebody did. Oh, yeah. Shira Bree. I'm looking and it looks like her whip is just like lightning color. It's like blue lightning. Well, it's okay. The artwork changes. Sometimes it's purple, sometimes it's green, sometimes it's red, and then sometimes it's like a highlighter yellow.
I'm surprised you haven't said your boy yet for yellow lightsabers.
What, Kyle Katarn?
No. Mr. High Republic, greatest Jedi of all time.
Oh, Loden Greatstorm?
Yeah.
I thought about it. I just don't know if people... Like, I love Loden, but I don't know if he's up there as the Mount Rushmore of, like, yellow, you know?
And we don't want to say Plo Koon from Jedi Power Battles?
I mean...
Come on!
Hold on one second. I'm going to do a little research here real quick.
Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah.
Oh.
Wah, wah. Boom, boom.
William, I have an interesting development.
Did I just do the entire Jeopardy like within like dialed in accuracy to when you were going to start talking?
Pretty much.
Dude, I love Jeopardy. Can I do my Johnny Gilbert impression real quick?
Sure.
Okay, Johnny Gilbert, famously the announcer on Jeopardy. This! Oh, wait, that was bad. This is Jeopardy! That's how like everyone starts.
Is it?
This is Jeopardy! Sorry, I love Jeopardy. Speaking of Jeopardy, Brandon is on a new episode of the new season of Pop Culture Jeopardy that's on Netflix, which his episode is not out yet because I got home and tried to watch it and it's not out yet and I'm pissed.
Pissed? You're pissed?
Oh yeah, what's the development?
So I found out that Plo Koon actually his lightsaber before he had the yellow one is an orange one, which is very interesting. Now that doesn't really change anything. However, what I'm trying to figure out, and I'm pretty confident in saying this, but I can't. His yellow lightsaber first appeared, his specifically, first appeared in Star Wars 1998 issue 15. So before the game, that was when he first had a yellow lightsaber. I'm trying to figure out if he was the first person ever in Legends to have a yellow lightsaber. Because if that is the case, he has to be on the list.
No.
Legends?
When did this is a crazy question. When did KOTOR come out? and like Old Republic.
2003. So
Bastilla was after.
That's my thing. Is like she kind of put him on the map, but like Jedi Power Battles was like 1999, 2000.
Your other boy from Survivor he's also got a yellow lightsaber.
Dagon, nah, get that guy out of here.
Get that guy out of here.
Yellow did not appear in Attack of the Clones. Okay, whoa, who in the heck is this? Don Juan Quixote?
That's not a real character.
Who is this?
That's the Dos Equis guy.
This is a real character. Will
pull it up.
Share it right now.
Share it, please. I need to see.
Okay.
Also, we got 95 people in here. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody watching on Twitter as well. Oh my God, who is that guy?
That's Don Juan Quixote.
Tell me this guy is from the old Marvel comics.
Yes, he is. 1977.
Dude, Don Juan, and Juan is spelled like Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Thus, it is my sacred duty to travel the galaxy, championing the causes of peace and justice. I pray you let me join you, young sir, in whatever holy mission you undertake, that I may continue to be worthy of the name of Jedi Knight. Don Juan Quixote.
Ridiculous.
His born Hess Corrin was a librarian on Abroa Sky, which, if you remember correctly, is the opening of Heir to the Empire, where Thrawn sends his agents to steal that information so that they can find Wayland.
Whoa! So Zahn pulled from the comics for that.
I guess so. I guess Abroa Sky came from that. But he wielded a yellow lightsaber. And this was he adopted the name Don Juan Quixote in honor of his new what quest, bro?
Sonny says, I wouldn't leave that guy alone with my drink. Literally.
Yeah. He's himself a yellow-bladed lightsaber, replica Jedi armor, and is his mind snapped. Okay, well, that gives a lot.
Mind snapped?
Han Solo said, "All right, Don Juan, you've made the team, but only if you swear to uphold the Republic and serve as a defender of the right," and so forth. I do so swear, young sir.
Wait, is he in Knight Errant?
He's in Knight Errant, the comics?
Wait, scroll up. Isn't that what those quotes are from? It says Knight Errant right before.
Oh, I think it just means like that's just like the phase that they're calling it. But I can see all his appearances. He appeared literally only in 5 issues of the comic, actually. 6 issues. 5. He only appeared in 1977, the Star Wars comic, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 16.
And in Volume 1, Doom World.
Recolorized.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, okay. This guy's not making it on the list.
Okay.
I want to say I've heard of this name before, and I thought I was tripping. I was like, why do I know this name? Didn't know it was this guy at all.
Well, I mean, obviously Don Quixotes are like the book,
yeah,
but like,
it's literally named after Don Quixote. That's why he was. That's insane.
That's so funny.
What? This is his. Did they make like a comics Avengers? Look at this. The Star. There's Jackson, and then these bozos, and then this is Don Juan.
Bro, he looks like who Dengar turns into later on.
Rothgar Ding or whatever.
Whatever. If Jacob's still in here, he'll know.
He'll know. Rise of Skywalker, ball knowledge, the Sith spawn. Holy moly, brother! But yeah, look, he's got a yellow lightsaber, and he literally wears Jedi armor. He's like They literally were just like, what if we put Don Quixote into Star Wars?
Cool, dude.
And people will say, but Legends was better than canon. And I'm like, well, they had Don Quixote. So imagine if you got Don Quixote in Empire Strikes Back. Well, how would you have been liking that? So
people are mad about Kylo Ren, and Don Quixote is a real character in Star Wars comics. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Will, I do think that Plo Koon Legends will make the list.
Let's go.
If you so permit, I believe the list for the Mount Rushmore of the yellow lightsabers is Bastila Shan, Asajj Ventress, Rey Skywalker, Plo Koon, and Legends.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. I think that's it.
DM me.
I would like to see the edit.
Next up on our list of Rank Ferric, Mando Grogu comes out in three or 4 days. 3 for some, 4 for others, depending on when you go see it. Hannah said, check my DMs. We must take a brief pause. It's so low res, dude. Hold on. I think
like
I'm just...
Is it like a real QR code? Oh my god, I'm looking at it. Subtle QR code? Oh. Oh, like, I was waiting for his face to be like fully black and white.
I thought it was gonna be like blacked out or whatever. Jacob said, so love funny. That this is a real image. I'm just gonna like zoom in for everybody. You can see. It's on. You can't even see on camera. It's like,
yeah.
Let me turn on brightness real quick. You can see it now. Can you see like the little like squares on his face?
You can see the circles on the edges. Yeah. That's so funny.
Jacob was dripped out though.
Great work. Great work.
Oh, she made another one.
She upgraded. That's crazy.
There we go. She made another version.
Hannah, does the QR code work?
Yeah, can you like? Is there like a higher res version where like because I want to like I'll make that
Twitter.
I was gonna say that's Twitter worthy right there. Like we'll make that our Twitter background on Focus Squadron.
Sure.
Just CMO of Determined Focus.
We remove the Mandalorian and Grogu logo and put the Determined Focus logo.
That'd be insane. That'd be heinous. It's an actual YouTube QR code. Yes.
Wow. All right. Oh my goodness, Hannah.
This is real, by the way. He can just change.
Yeah, he's like
Jacob wants this.
That's crazy. What else do we have to do?
I was thinking we do the Mount Rushmore of blasters in Star Wars.
Blade of Merrick said, "Bro is John Determined Focus." Stupid. We got 102 people watching right now. Stupid.
This is the best stream we've ever had. Mount Rushmore of blasters in Star Wars. Handheld blasters, not like blaster cannons or turbo lasers or like the Death Star is not a blaster. You know, that's a ship. Okay.
That's no moon.
The Death Star is actually like Megatron. Or it's just Palpatine and he just morphs into a gun and it's a big
bomb. Right. I think the first one is obvious. It's DL-44. Mr. Han Solo.
Yeah. Han shot first.
I think that's it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I think next, obviously, well, I don't know. I think next I'm going to say Jango's pistols.
Ooh, I like that. I like Jango's that.
Pistols.
Jong.
Yep.
That was my favorite blaster as a kid. I had a toy one from Attack of the Clones, and it made the sound, and I spammed it so much the trigger broke.
Now, here's the thing. Now, do we get into the main rifle used by clones or the main rifle used by stormtroopers?
Neither, because we go with the ambient phase pulse rifle.
You think that beats out the main weapon of the stormtroopers?
I think it beats the main weapon of the clones.
Really, the one with like the wedge that goes on top?
Yeah, I don't think that one is. I think because the clones have so many weapons.
That's probably true.
Because pistols. That honestly, when it comes to clone weapons, I would put that one over anything. But yes, my belief is that the last two are the Ambin Phase Pulse Rifle and then the E11 used by the Stormtroopers.
Yeah, okay. I do think at least the Stormtroopers is on there. Now, here's a crazy one. What about Chewie's bowcaster?
That was a strong honorable mention. I think the only reason why it is an honorable mention is because it is pretty much never used until the sequels. And I know that doesn't necessarily invalidate it, but I think because it's more so just sitting there as a prop for most of the original trilogy.
Like, he doesn't fire it in Revenge of the Sith? Okay.
No. They have also different bowcasters there. They have those weird backwards ones that the Wookiees use. So I think that's a strong contender. That was one that I was really thinking of. But yeah, I think the reason I lean more towards the Phase Pulse is because, one, Boba more so or less used it in the holiday special, and it created that very iconic silhouette with the prongs, with the Electro Rod staff. But then because Mando used it for 2 seasons, and then he gets it back in the movie, and I'll just say it's awesome when he does.
What about what about Boba Fett's rifle though? What is that, an EE3?
The EE3, that is another, that and Chewie's, and then I think Rex's pistols are really up there for me. I would put the bowcaster and the EE3 higher. Again, I think only because the EE3 is barely used in the movies. Like,
yeah, I guess he really doesn't he uses it in Book of Boba Fett, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And in Mando season 2.
Does he get a new one? Yeah.
I mean, it's still the same rifle, though, right?
I think he gets a new one because the one in Jedi gets chopped off. But I think it's still a new one. I don't know. And then another honorable mention, the Cassian's M.
Bro, that is sick.
The Briar pistol.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Sick. Or what about the speaking of Andor, what about the AK-47s that they have on
dude
on what is that planet?
Aldhani.
Aldhani, yeah, for the Aldhani.
Okay.
Heist.
I found out in the original trilogy, Pruneface straight up uses an unmodified Kar-98K. Not like he's sitting there. It's just a real World War II gun, nothing added to it. It's just a straight up rifle. Dude, Pruneface is out here playing Call of Duty World at War, quick scopes. Just like so when people complain about the AKs, I'm like, there's a couple times also half the time in this, like in a lot of these, the Naboo pistol is just a pellet gun. It's just a wooden pellet gun.
Imagine there's stuff like that in other versions of Star Wars, and it's like, is Anakin trying to get on the council, or not Anakin trying to get on the council? Anakin, like, a ship, a cup, and Yariel Poof just has a Glock. We must go into battle. Blah, 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 blah.
See, that was
Yariel Poof. What's your gun sound like? Poof, 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 poof.
That's why Plo Koon has a bunch of different lightsaber colors, because he it keeps changing around because he uses guns as well. So he goes blow, 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 blow.
Yeah.
Yoda just goes, Yoda. You see Yoda.
All of the guns in Star Wars just turning into Pokemon.
Eat cough.
Eat cough.
Anakin.
But it's James Arnold Taylor saying Anakin instead.
Ahsoka. Okay, it is kind of funny that Django's blasters sound like they're saying Django. Django.
Yeah, dude, that's actually a really good point. That's actually a really good point. I love that.
So stupid. The Jawa shock blaster is fun. I also like the Tuskens ones. But do you think the Ambin doesn't make it on there?
Versus what, Boba Fett's or
Boba Fett's or the bowcaster or Cassian's pistol? I guess the reason I'm putting it on the list is because of Mando using it, Boba having it in the holiday special, and the silhouette of it. Like, I think it kind of ticks all those boxes of, like, you see that and you're like, Star Wars. Which I'm sure there's other properties where it could look like it would blend in, but I'm like, that's like a very, like, Star Wars, like, on his back, him using it as a pole. I don't know. Obviously I'm a little biased, but I guess
my thing is, like, he doesn't use it for very long.
For 2 seasons and the movie.
Yeah, but it's like it goes away.
He uses it. I know.
I would say his pistols are
his one pistol.
Yeah, his pistol is more important than.
I get it's more important, but I think I don't know. I think the rifle's iconic in my mind.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like Mando is all. You don't think so?
No, I think I would either go Bowcaster or Boba Fett's EE3. Personally.
He obliterated some.
No disintegrations.
I mean, if I'm having to go with one of those, I'm thinking the Bowcaster.
Yeah, I think I would go Chewie's Bowcaster.
Sonny asked you, does a bow count as a blaster? The thing is the Bowcaster is a blaster.
Yeah, it's just called a Bowcaster because it is supposed to look
Omega's,
like a real world.
Yeah. Now, Omega's like bow thing, or the thing that the Night Sisters use, those are like energy bows.
Yeah.
So, I do like Zeb's rifle a lot.
Ooh.
Zeb's is sick. It makes a really cool sound too. Now, I don't think it makes the Mount Rushmore, but it is very cool.
Yeah, it's true.
And it is crazy. He do be sending that in the end. I think the Ambin are both like some of the most powerful guns in Star Wars. Those things are dummy.
Shout out to Kylo Ren.
Dude, tanked that shot, dude.
Yep.
People just forget that, man.
People forget like, he ate a full Bowcaster blast.
It was just like crazy.
Yeah.
The battle droid gun, I don't remember I think it's called like the E5.
Yeah.
I do like that one mainly because Padme uses it and it's very iconic in Attack of the Clones. But again, don't think it beats Boba's, Chewie's, or even Mando's rifle.
The Gungans, like ricochet things. What are those things called?
The energy balls.
Yeah, what are those things called? They're not slingshot.
I don't even know.
Trebuchet.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Shout out to Assassin's Creed.
Why?
Because don't they use those in the third one? When they're in the one that Smosh made fun of, or the one that not Smosh. Well, Smosh did an Assassin's Creed battle rap, but that was like
that was Assassin's Creed 3. How many fools can I kill today?
Yeah,
too many to count. Don't get in my way.
We're gonna get copyright strike. No, I'm thinking of Tobuscus.
Yeah, you're thinking of Brotherhood.
Yeah,
is what you're thinking of. Yeah, you can use trebuchets in that one.
That's what I'm
thinking. Yeah. I think I'm fine with the Bowcaster then.
All right, cool.
So I think DL-44, Han Solo, but also like Luke uses it and stuff. Chewbacca's Bowcaster, Jango's Westars, his pistols from Attack of the Clones. What was that fourth one?
Did we say the Stormtrooper rifle?
Yes, the E11. Stormtrooper's E11. That's like in literally everything.
Yeah.
I think that's
for the clip, because I don't know if we said it. This is the Mount Rushmore, the top 4 of Star Wars blasters. I think we just teed it up and started talking about it. I don't think we actually said it.
Yeah. I think I said it. I went, here's my, yeah, it's fine. It's
all right. Whatever.
The last one that I had, I have to pull up because I forgot. Oh, no, I remember now. We're doing a lot of Mount Rushmores today. The last one, you've got an animation jacket on. We just finished Shadow Lord a little over a week ago, like a week and a half ago. What is the Mount Rushmore of Star Wars projects that are not movies? What defines Star Wars beyond just the films?
Clone Wars?
Obviously, Clone Wars, not even a debate.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Good take. Good take. I think that actually should be probably the only game that goes on here.
The only other game that I was going to say was Lego Star Wars.
Yeah. Even then, I think Battlefront, because it's a little bit more universal, if that makes sense, I guess.
Well, probably the Mandalorian show. That is by far the biggest, and in terms of notoriety and iconicity, that is the biggest Star Wars Disney Plus series by far. It just got a movie.
Maybe. I lean more towards Andor.
Okay, when people are thinking of Star Wars, people are going to think of either Mando's face or Grogu's face over any character in Andor.
My train of thought, and I'm not writing out Mando, but my train of thought is that a lot of times with the Mount Rushmore, it's representing different ideologies. It's growth and rebirth and stuff like that. And I think Andor was such a rebirth for Star Wars and what television could do. And not to say that Mandalorian isn't that, but I think within the past couple years, people have been like, Andor has restored their faith in Star Wars, even the common fan.
Sure, but I don't think anybody would be going on Disney Plus to watch Andor without already having signed up after watching The Mandalorian.
I've had most of my friends have seen Andor and have not seen Mando.
Have not seen the show The Mandalorian? Dude, you remember when that first season came out, and especially the second season, dude?
In my circles, most people were like, it was my Star Wars friends that were watching Mando. It wasn't people that didn't watch Star Wars.
Oh, I mean, sure.
Or like even casual people.
And I love the Mandalorian series. I would say I like Andor season 1 and season 2 more than I like a lot of what happens in the Mandalorian series, if I had to go back and forth. But like, I think, like we said, to be fair,
I'm not saying Mando doesn't make the list, but I think Andor, because of this, I have so many people who have been like, I'm going to get into Star Wars and they watched Andor. Not as much with Mando.
Okay. I really think, like, if you're looking at the time of the sequels when Mando was coming out and like COVID and stuff, dude, when you go on Disney Plus, Mando is the face of Star Wars. It's Cyclops, it's Bender, it's what's her name from Encanto, and it's Mando. Like in terms of, like, they just did a marketing spot today about like Disney Blockbuster Summer or whatever it is, and it's Spider-Man, it's Moana, it's Mando, and it's Toy Story. They just did that whole timeline expansion for Galaxy's Edge. Mando's there. They just did the whole thing for Smuggler's Run for Mando. Like, I really think the series of The Mandalorian has to be on that list without question. Especially in the time that we're living in right now.
I'm not saying that it doesn't, but in terms of cultural impact and the quality of Star Wars as a brand, there's no way Andor is not on that list. Andor genuinely revolutionized what Star Wars television could do.
Can I be crazy? What about the Thrawn trilogy?
I'm thinking more canon, visual media.
I mean, we're thinking projects in general that aren't movies. There's so much Star Wars literature. And when people talk about Star Wars books, it's the Thrawn trilogy, it's Plagueis, and it's the Revenge of the Sith novel.
The thing is, I'm a book guy. If it's gonna be something that's not like a show, or I really think it has to be the Jedi games. It has to be Fallen Order. The amount
more than Lego Star Wars
in 2026, yeah. Now, 10 years ago, probably different.
Really, dude?
Because Skywalker Saga, people didn't like that game that much. I didn't like that game that much.
Okay, but
it's easy to
rebuild the galaxy without Lego Star Wars the games. And they've made other branches in the Lego Star Wars franchise,
but the Jedi,
how well those games did.
Again, the amount of people who I know who are not that big of Star Wars fans have played Fallen Order and Survivor is monumental. They're like, oh, I love those games. Again, I'm thinking a lot about this in a modern sense. I guess maybe not in an all-time sense, so maybe that's where I'm going. But I'm like, when I think about like two of the biggest projects that like have people who maybe are not as high on Star Wars as us, when they think about like, oh, but I do still love Star Wars, it's Andor and it's Jedi Survivor or Jedi.
So do you think more people have engaged, become fans of, and watched all three of those things? Not saying one person has to be all three, but all three of those categories. Andor or Fallen Order? Because whichever is more, I would say makes the list. Because in terms of our first two right now, I feel like they're Battlefront, and Clone Wars series and the Mandalorian series. Like if you're thinking of casuals and you're thinking of just like regular sit on the couch Star Wars fans, do you think more people have watched Andor or more people have played Fallen Order or at least watched playthrough of Fallen Order?
I mean, the friends that I do have that are like people that have watched Andor and not a lot of the other stuff. Like a lot of people, like they didn't even watch Mando season 3. So that's why I'm a little bit more like hesitant to put Mando, because like the truth is people aren't as high on Mando, but at least in the circles that I'm in, they're not as high on it, despite that it is like a big brand part of Star Wars. But
I mean,
like even my
the Mandalorian is a big enough brand within Star Wars that it doesn't even really need to tie into Star Wars much other than references and having the word Star Wars on it when making an entire movie.
The thing is you have to understand that the Mando movie was not this initial, that was not planned from the beginning. It wasn't because of how successful it was. It was more so of like the timing was right.
I understand, but I'm also like, they wouldn't have chosen to do this if they did not think they could make it work.
Absolutely. But I think that doesn't mean that it's not other stuff too. I think if something like it,
but like I'm also like, if Disney is trying to think of their best bet for making something,
sure.
I would say that based on their analytics and what they are seeing from the entirety of the global fandom, not just fans and like diehards. This is also casuals who are going to bring their kids to a movie or like bring their kids to a movie and then turn on Disney Plus and go, oh, I want to watch more Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, obviously Mandalorian and Grogu is going to bring in a ton of new Star Wars fans in general to watch things like Andor and play Fallen Order. But if you like the Mandalorian and you buy a Mandalorian action figure and you are a kid, the first thing you're going to do is want to go watch the Mandalorian TV show. Yeah. Yeah. You know?
There's a couple, I'm getting like, I think it's like 50-50 split right now. I'm going to go through the chat just because like this is a very interesting debate between this Mando Andor thing. Sonny says, based on branding and merchandising, it has to be Mando.
Absolutely.
Then Fallen Order had over 20 million players that people still replay that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wes said, Andor has been the most successful project for most of my circles, bar none. Same for me. Super fans and non-fans alike. As much as I would love to put Revenge of the Sith on here, again, it's the best Star Wars novel. The only reason I can't put it on here is I think books is kind of separate. I don't think books triumph games and TV shows in terms of like the grand scheme.
Yeah, in terms of like consumers.
Yeah.
Less people are reading and listening to a book versus watching a show.
But that being said, if it was going to be one, it would be the Thrawn trilogy, I think, if there was going to be one on there.
I agree.
Rogue Jones said, so as someone who wasn't a fan until the Jedi games came out, the Jedi games got me in. Clone Wars made me love it, and Andor made me think what it could be. I like this. and I think that's why I lean more towards Andor. And again, I probably is going to be Mando. But part of me is I'm like, do we axe Battlefront? Do people want Battlefront on here?
Yeah, we haven't heard a lot of love for Battlefront.
Because I'm like, maybe it's not Battlefront. Maybe it's the Jedi games. If there's going to be a game on here. But I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I'm like, if you think of a Star Wars game, I would say a lot of people are going to say Battlefront. I know a lot of people are going to say Lego Star Wars and say Fallen Order, but I'm also like, I really think a lot of people are going to be like, hey, what's the Star Wars video game? They're going to say Battlefront.
Probably, yeah. This is the last one I'll bring up before I scroll back down. This is crazy to me. It doesn't matter what you would think is best. Andor is way more niche. I'm not saying what is best on here. What is the best is different than what is the Mount Rushmore. Because Mount Rushmore is all categories. But saying Andor is niche, not true. Not true.
Yeah.
Like that brought back a lot of people for Star Wars. Let's see. Alexander Wilson, thank you for the super chat.
Appreciate you. How are you doing?
We're not doing movies. I don't know if this is in your point about Andor. but we're not doing movies. That's a separate conversation.
Yeah, this is everything but movies.
Battlefront and Jedi cultural cashers equating out. Yeah, oh well. And then Noah said if they announce Battlefront 3 tomorrow, the fandom would explode in happiness. That's a fair point.
Agreed 1,000. I think more people would be excited for a Battlefront 3 announcement versus a Jedi 3 announcement.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. I think a lot of this that I'm seeing here is a lot of subjectivity. It's about people that are in our own personal circles. Some people Seth brought up multimedia projects, and then I heard about
multimedia projects. You say? You mean Shadows of the Empire?
Does that make it on here?
It's not.
No, but someone also mentioned Force Unleashed, and that's like those are the two biggest like Force Unleashed and Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah, Force Unleashed is probably like a 5th or a 6th. I think.
Yeah.
As much as I love the Force Unleashed, it's like my favorite thing. Like it's in terms of the modern era and people thinking about Star Wars now, less people are thinking about Force Unleashed than they are about like if they want to play a game of that caliber and of that genre, they're going to go play the Fallen Order or the Jedi series.
I'm thinking, and let me know how you feel about this. The more I simmer on it about talking about the games and stuff, I think the 4 are the Clone Wars
absolutely
TV show, Star Wars Battlefront. Doesn't really matter. All of them, all 4 of them. Just Battlefront as a brand.
The Battlefront franchise.
Absolutely. I think upon more consideration, The Mandalorian, specifically because it was the first live action Star Wars TV show. It launched on Disney Plus. It is, like you said, it is that face where you're getting a movie this week. I think it has to be on there.
It has to be on the list.
Right. And I do think because of the jump in quality and the awards and how many people who are big like history buffs and culturally relevant it is, I do think Andor is the 4th spot. I would say. At least in 2026.
Yeah, and I'm not thinking against Andor because I'm not a fan of Andor. I love Andor. I think it's fantastic. I'm just thinking of like everything else in Star Wars, and I'm like, does Andor really get that 4th spot? But maybe it does.
I do think Jedi Fallen Order is a strong contender for a secondary spot. I do think Heir to the Empire trilogy is a big runner-up as well. And then maybe like a Force Unleashed or Knights of the Old Republic. Dude,
I want to bring this up because the reason I did not say that, we could both keep clicking it.
Yeah.
The reason I did not say this is because this is the show most people think of when they go, I don't want to watch some cartoon.
That or Resistance, unfortunately.
Yep. And Rebels is goated, obviously.
I got a Rebels tattoo, bro. Like
by the all of us, the everything about us. Obviously, we love Rebels. But Rebels, I don't think is mentioned in terms of like the general populace, only because that is kind of the show that kicked off the, you want me to watch a cartoon to learn about Star Wars? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think more people are more likely to, when they are getting into Star Wars animation, are more likely to watch the Clone Wars versus Rebels, as two people who love Star Wars Rebels.
Rebels and Andor are my favorite shows. Like, I like Rebels way more than I like Clone. Well, not way more, but like when I think of the comprehensive nature of it, I like Rebels more as a package and what's in that show. But Clone Wars was like the big jump for animation and for further Star Wars storytelling underneath George Lucas and that push. So, let's off the 4 one more time.
The Mandalorian, Clone Wars, Star Wars Battlefront, the video games, and Andor. I'm cool with that. For those 4.
I think that works. Yeah,
that's fine.
That's gonna be Rank Ferric for the day.
Yeah. We've got 2 things to talk about for news, and then I think that's pretty much it for the show.
Pretty much.
We got 2 things to talk about. Which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the sad news. Kind of sad news.
Ahsoka season 2 has been delayed till early, as of now, 2027. Which is an immense bummer for us as fans who, for me, Ahsoka is my favorite Disney Plus live action series. Ahsoka is my favorite character. I split that place with Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. And I love that series. And part of the reason I started making content was in excitement for that series. It's, but I don't know. I guess I understand why it's being pushed back, at least if I had to speculate and guess. But would love to know what you think.
I was really excited to get thinking going into this year that we were going to get Ahsoka at the end of the year. Again, Ahsoka is what pushed me to start making content.
Right.
My username is MortisFM. We're getting a lot of ties into that stuff. Ahsoka is like probably my 3rd when it comes to Star Wars TV shows. I love Ahsoka.
Yeah.
All right. I think I love it probably a lot more than most people do, because a lot of people really don't like Ahsoka, which is interesting to me. I do want season 2 to be the best it can be. And as someone I'm a big gamer, I am always ecstatic and commend when they push a project back to make it the best that it can be.
Right. That is a very good point.
And from what I've heard and the way it seems, from the way Dave Filoni has spoken about it, it seems like the delay was for good reasons, not for bad reasons.
I totally agree. It does seem like it was only to make the show better. And there is also something to be said about, there is also something to be said about 2027 being such a big year for Star Wars. Obviously, it's the 50th, obviously Star Wars Celebration, but like having the new co-president of Lucasfilm have the show that is kind of their baby when it comes to Star Wars. It's his favorite character. It's a character he helped. As much as George Lucas had the idea for Ahsoka, I fully consider Ahsoka a Filoni character. Yeah. Like 100%. So it makes sense that this would come out. If you were just going to kind of compare, it makes sense to have it in the biggest year for Star Wars we've had in a very long time in 2027. And also, like, if it comes out Q1 of 2027 and it comes out while it's still kind of snowy out, you know what I mean? I'm cool with that. I mean, it does seem like from a lot of the concept art for Ahsoka season 2 that we've gotten from Dave, at least the Filoni doodles, the Dave doodles, that it does seem to be like snow-capped mountains, snowy. They're going up to where the Mortis god, the father statue, was pointing. But I also am like, I really want this show to be as best as possible because there are people who are not fans of Ahsoka season 1 for various reasons, for reasons that I don't agree with, because like I said, that is my favorite live action Star Wars series, for a million reasons. But like truly Ahsoka season 1, there is not much else you could put into a show for looking at me and the way I love Star Wars and what I love about Star Wars into Ahsoka season 1. Like that is the most like will of the Force, and I know it's very much your show as well, of like will coded show it could be. I feel that way also about Maul Shadow Lord now. But like I'm really excited for Andor season 2. Most of my disappointment with not
Andor season 2 already came out.
Or most of my disappointment with Ahsoka season 2 being delayed is because I don't have it now.
Yeah.
I want it tomorrow. I want it yesterday. I want to have already watched it. I want to be in the time of hype for Ahsoka season 2. But I do understand it being delayed. So we mourn, but I totally get it. Also, I would like to say I was officially inaugurated into the Ahsoka Council.
By the right of the council, by the will of the Force.
So yes, I am on the Ahsoka Council. Shout out to our other illustrious members. I asked for a seat on the council, and I was granted the rank of master. So there you go. And Sonny made Sonny made me a certificate.
Dude, that was so dumb. That was in the best way.
Let's go Ahsoka Council. Oh, new member. You pull it up because I gotta hit the sound.
Z Johnson.
Wait,
99.
That was too quiet.
Better. Thanks for coming, member of Focus Squadron. Thanks for flying with us. We appreciate you. And thanks for being in the chat and chiming off. You're awesome. Also earlier, I forgot to mention it, but we became Blade of Merrick. I think he was a member already at one point, but he re-became a member. So thanks for joining, dude. We appreciate you. But yeah, I agree. Part of me is like selfishly hoping we get like one episode in 2026 and the rest are in 2027, like what they did with the Book of Boba Fett, you know?
Like December 31st is the premiere.
That'd be sick,
bro. Like a New Year's Eve premiere,
New Year's Eve party,
like they did with Stranger Things.
That'd be kind of sick.
Yeah, that is.
All drops and Ahsoka's drops. Be sick. But yeah, I think it's fine. I think I also next year, as far as we know, I think the only stuff that we have slated is, I would assume Shadow Lord season 2 will probably come out next year. If I had to guess, that's like probably later half of the year, but still in that year. But other than that, it's just Starfighter and Ahsoka. And honestly, if we're getting one animated thing, one live action show, and one live action movie every year, I think that's a good pace to have. I think that allows you to take your time and to focus on these projects and really like kind of not feel so crowded, you know? And I like the Andor finishing last year, and then us getting that gap into Visions, and then getting another gap into Shadow Lord made it feel refreshing and exciting to me, where I was like, I'm back in a Star Wars mood, you know? So I would love if we get it early in the year. We get Starfighter, and then we get Shadow Lord. We also do have Visions Presents with Ninth Jedi this year. Right. That's Star Wars animation, but it's like kind of in its own bubble because it's all of these other companies that are working on it. So like in anime bubbles and circles. Yeah. I either way, I'm excited. Was I bummed to hear that it wasn't coming out this year? Of course, but I want to be the best it can be. I want it to be even bigger and better. And Dave Filoni has said that it was going to be as such. And I think they said, it finished filming in October of 2025. They've been doing post-production and stuff. So, like, if we're getting over a year of post on that, like, oh my gosh, like we might be in for something really special. So, I will not. I love the Ninth Jedi. I love.
Yeah, that's
Visions.
what we got this year. We got Ninth Jedi this year.
I'm pumped.
We also have like Star Wars Legacy that also comes out this year. The book
that I'm stoked for as a book. I cannot wait. Madeline Rue did some sketches on May 4th. I don't have those pulled up or anything, but she posted a video on her Instagram that Del Rey shared, or Random House Worlds Del Rey, and really cool sketches in there, like some stuff. And I'm like, what is in this book, man? This is awesome. So, and you're so right. We have Zero Company. I actually Galactic Racer. I'm pumped for. Zero Company looks really cool. I'm not a big like tactical strategy guy, but like purely on the vibes of like the characters and everything, I think I'm gonna pick up Zero Company.
I just don't know much about Zero Company.
It's like set in the Clone Wars. It's kind of this like group of mercenaries. There is a clone involved, and there's like a Tognath Jedi. Yeah. So, and is it? Yeah, Eyes Like Stars is the romance one, and then we get Reign of the Empire.
Romance novel. Yeah. We got 109 people in here right now. Appreciate you. Everybody's stoked about Mando and Grogu.
Yeah. Again, full review coming out tomorrow.
Yep.
The other piece of news, smaller piece of news, but still exciting nonetheless, which I guess leads into what other Star Wars stuff we're getting later this year.
Right.
It was announced after the tail end of Legacy of Vader wrapped, and we were kind of like, whoa, what? After the 12 issues, why did it stop? That we are actually kind of getting a conclusion of a trilogy, more or less. We had the rise of Kylo Ren, we had Legacy of Vader, and now we are getting the fall of Kylo Ren by Charles Soule and Will Sliney, which is
Shut up, Matt. This is
I was going to say
that I love you, Matt. Shut up. So my roommate in college.
I figured I was like, this has to be someone that you know. Yes, fall of Kylo Ren has just been announced. I believe coming out in August or September. We'll be picking up every issue.
Yeah.
I love Charles Soule. I love Kylo Ren. I'm stoked to see what they're doing with it. Would be curious if there's any more teases towards
Force
Hunt for Ben Solo stuff. Yeah, like just saying. I don't know what they're gonna do.
I like when the Force gets weird, and there was a lot of good stuff of the Force getting weird in Legacy of Vader. So
yeah,
I'm stoked.
So very glad this got announced because I was a little bummed when Legacy of Vader wrapped up. So I'm really, really stoked.
And obviously Charles Soule is like one of the goats when it comes to writing Star Wars.
Oh my god! Like, dude, anything that dude writes, I'm gonna be like for Star Wars. I'm gonna be buying, bro.
Immediately.
One of my goals is later this year to read all 50 issues of the Star Wars comics. But between dude, remember I was thinking about this the other day when I was washing dishes, just because I just think about that stuff. I guess that guy that made an edit using your voiceover from that like one that was a old clip.
Yeah, I was on the. You sent me that while I was on the bus for Star Wars night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was literally on the shuttle from the Frontier terminal in LAX to like get over to my rental car, or Luke was picking me up. But like, yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, but someone made an edit using your voiceover of Luke Skywalker, and when he's like re-envisioning the events of Vader in Empire Strikes Back, but it's like he can see the good in him sort of thing, and it's getting closer to that Return of the Jedi Luke. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Rise of Fall of Kylo Ren and The Hunt for Ben Solo kind of eats through. Oh, yeah. Dude, he's the best. He's the best. Thanks for being here. He commented earlier, he was saying that how much we deserved the whole thing, which again, I'm not going to believe.
Very nice.
Yeah, he's the. If you want a sample into some of his work, you want a comic, read the Lando comic. The Lando comic for 2015 is sick. It's like 5 issues. It's awesome. And Light of the Jedi is peak. It's peak. The more I think about that book, like as years have gone on, I'm like, bro, that book is so good. Like it's crazy. Like that could be a movie. I think that's all we've got.
Yeah, I think that's all I think we had on the list. Yeah, that's it. We're literally directly at 2 hours and 4 seconds. So
yeah, we did it. You know, we lined that up nice. We have 112 people viewing.
Hey, buddies.
77 on Twitter and 35 on YouTube. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for tuning in. We will be back next week with their full not unfiltered, but like full rant thoughts on Mando Grogu, discussing with you guys in the chat. I'd like to bring like some guests on or just get people's thoughts or whatever. But either way, we will be here.
Yep.
We're going to be talking about the movie since everybody will have probably seen it by that point. But if you want our immediate review, we will be posting that on our socials like Instagram and TikTok and Twitter.
We're literally going to record it right after this. So
we're recording it right after. Yeah. Yeah, we will have a review out tomorrow when the embargo lifts, probably around midday tomorrow. So, thank you guys for your support as always. But more importantly, your focus determines your reality. And may the force be with you.
Bye.
Always remember.